Hi everyone, welcome to my video. This is my lovely Yorkshire voice. In this video we'll be doing an everyday summer look, so if you want to see how I did this, just keep on watching. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to clean my face using this Garnier Micellar water. This one's specifically for oily skin. I'm using a reusable makeup pad. I got these from Amazon. If you want them, I'm going to put the link below. They're really good, and you just wash them in the washing machine with your normal wash and use them again. Then I'm moving on to serums. I switch between these two depending on my skin. Today I'm going to go for this one. It's more for oily skin, so as you can see I've got quite a few spots. Or I use the hyaluronic acid when I would just want a bit more moisture, so it all just kind of depends how my skin's feeling. So I'm just going to use one drop and just rub this into my skin. I'm just going to really rub it in so it soaks in. I'm not just going to slap it on and leave it there. I like to properly work it in. Moving on to moisturiser, I'm going to use this Mattify Boost, again from Revolution. Again, this is really good for my oily skin, and it's really good under makeup. It stops my oiliness coming through throughout the day. Still have to powder a bit sometimes later on, but I find it is really good for keeping the oil at bay. And again, I'm going to really rub this into my face, massage it in to make sure it's all soaked into my skin. Now for the final skincare step, I'm using this Neutrogena Hydro Boost Eye Cream. Really good for moisturising around the eye without being too heavy, and it really wakes your eye up. So I'm just going to put a little bit in and rub this in around my eyes until it's all soaked in. Now I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollow Flawless Filter in shade 2. This is a primer, a foundation, a highlighter, whatever you want it to be. But I use it under my makeup, and it does give your skin a really filtered look, like you just put an Instagram filter on your face. It gives a really flawless look, it gives you a lovely glow. Some people don't like the highlighted look, they think they look too shiny, but hey ho, I personally love it. But yeah, on days like this when I just want just a bit of glow, I just use this under just a bit of concealer, but you can also use a bit over the top as extra highlighter. But yeah, it's just a really all-round good product and a definite one to have in your makeup kit. Look at that glow. Oh yeah, lovely. Now I'm going to do a bit of colour correcting under my eyes. This is a Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish colour corrector in the shade Fair. So I'm just going to rub a bit under my eye, and it just counteracts the blue colour under my eye. You can use this on your own, but I use this under concealer because I need that bit of coverage. But you can tell the difference slightly. So I'm just patting that in, make sure it's all blended under my eyes. And then I also like to put a bit around the redness around my nose. It isn't really mainly to counteract blue, but it does help a little bit. I also put a bit on this lovely spot I've got going here. It just helps once I put concealer over the top. Okay, so now we're going in with concealer. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite in the shade C4. It's quite high coverage concealer, so I just like to use a little bit and spot concealer on my face rather than using foundation on days like today when I just don't want to do a full face or it's quite a hot day. So I just put it under my eyes, around my spots, any imperfections, and then I take the fluffy brush I used earlier with the primer just to blend this in all over my face. Okay, so now it's all blended in. I've had a look and I just want to add a little bit more, just for a little bit extra coverage and build it up. obviously on these little spots that are just peeking through and under my eyes. But I think the more you try and cover spots, the worse they start to look. They get kind of dry and flaky, so I go as far as I can, but then spots are spots, everyone gets them. Just do your best you can and step away from it, because you're just going to make it look cakey and gross. So yeah, and I'm just patting this in with my finger because I feel that blends it in really well. The warmth of your finger really gets the product into your skin really nice. I'm just working this in and making sure it's all patted into my face. Now I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour one. This is a fairly new product to me, but I'm a fan already. You just unlock it, squeeze a little bit out, and then remember to lock it again, otherwise you're going to get product everywhere. And then yeah, you just draw it on where it's where you want to bring your face back a bit, so where you want the shadows to be to kind of hide things. So yeah, get rid of those chins, down the side of your nose. It looks ridiculous when you draw it in, like I'm trying to be a Picasso painting or something, but yeah, you get a nice fluffy brush. I really like this product because it blends really well. Some of these contour things I've used before, it takes ages to blend in, it just looks ridiculous, but I mean it still kind of looks ridiculous now, but bear with it. Once you work it in, it looks really good. So I'm just going to blend this all over my face and make sure it's all worked in with this fluffy brush. So then once it's mainly blended in, I take the brush I used before with the concealer and the primer and just blend it in a little bit more, so I'd make sure it's all flawless. As you can see, it just leaves a really nice glow, like I've just had a week in Spain, I wish. Now for brows, I'm not going to do too much today, so I'm just going to brush them upwards and brush them through with a spoolie. And I'm not going to really fill them in today. I'm just going to use this Gimmie Brow from Benefit, which is just this tiny little brush with just like a slight tint to it. There are lots of different shades, and I'm just going to brush this through. This obviously gives them a tint and brushes all your hairs upwards and in the direction you want them to go. I do sometimes fill my brows in with a pencil, but I just can't be bothered, and I think this really gives a really good natural effect. Okay, now for eyes, I'm going to use this amazing palette. Look how beautiful it is. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's a Stone Rose face palette. So it has 3 eyeshadows in there, like a contour shade, a highlight shade, and then blush shades. I'm not actually using the eye shades, I'm using the bronzer on like a kind of medium fluffy brush, and I'm just using this in the crease. I've got an itch. In the crease of my eye, just to like define my eye. And I'm just, yeah, that's the bronzer. And I'm just doing it on each eye. I'm just going to work that in until I'm happy with the coverage and the shade. Now on a slightly smaller brush that's slightly more dense, I'm going to, with the darkest eyeshadow shade, I'm choosing this on the outer corner of my eye and then just working it into the crease again, just to give my eye more dimension and just to give a bit more depth to the corner of my eye. I'm just going to keep working this in again until it's all blended in. So See, you can see the difference there between the eyes. My right one just looks like slightly more defined than the other with that darker shade. So I'm just going to do it on the other eye and keep going until I'm happy with it. And then I'm going to go back in with the slightly bigger fluffy brush that I used before, just to make sure they're all blended together and they're all blended nicely. Then I'm going in with eyeliner. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal eyeliner in Barbarella Brown. So it's like a nice dark brown. If you don't want to go for the really intense black, this is a really nice alternative. And I'm going to attempt to do a wing on camera. This is very nerve-wracking. So, oh yeah, you can use a tissue or use a cotton pad, because obviously I've put all the foundation, I put my base down. I don't want to wipe it all off with the one from my fingers. So if I have to stretch my skin or touch my face, I like to use a pad or a bit of tissue. And I'm just pulling my eye slightly and drawing the wing with the pencil, and then I go in with this angled brush just to blend it out. The really good thing about these pencils, they go on quite soft. And then if you go in afterwards with a brush, you can kind of blend them and blur them out and really smoke them out. And then obviously once they've dried, they're set and that's it. They don't move, they're really good. So I'm gonna keep adding to this wing. I don't know how people put eyeliner on with their eyes open. I just can't. I try, it just doesn't work. I have to stretch my eye. It's something bad for me, I have no idea, but I just cannot do eyeliner with my eye open. I think you're all magicians if you can do it. So if you have any tips, please let me know. But until then, I'm going to keep stretching my eye. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks horrific. But yeah, so adding the pencil and then again going over the top with the brush just to make sure it's all blended and smoked out. Oh yeah, this looks really gross, but I'm now going to tight line my eye. So I'm just running it on the waterline on the top of my eye. You can do this without the eyeliner. If you just tight line your eye, it just makes your lashes just look full. But yeah, it just looks really weird on camera, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other eye. And I find it easiest just to do the bottom one line first. So if you imagine your bottom eyelid, if you just continue the direction of that line and you just build slowly. So if you just put this line in first, blend it. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really happy with the first eye. You can never get your eyelids the same. Well, I can't anyway. Some days you have good eyeliner days, some days you have really bad eyeliner days. So now I'm just again stretching my eye again because it's cool. I'm going to do the line on the top. And then the idea is you basically join the dots basically. So you do that line, look, you can see there's a gap there, and now I need to try and connect them. Okay, eyeliner done. I think I'm happy with the left eye for the right eye. Look at it. The right, it just gets too, I did it too long. I got too, look, that one looks good. I'm happy with that, but I think I just got carried away on this side. I just kept elongating the line. Okay, now we're going to set the face. I didn't do this before because I just like it to just settle into my skin for a bit first, and then I go back afterwards and just make sure it's all patted in nicely, get rid of any lines. Before I add powder, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light one. It's like a liquid highlighter. It's the same as the contour wand. You squeeze it and let some product out, and then I just put it on these high points of my face, so where the light would naturally hit your face. So top to the cheekbones, the nose, cupid bow, and then also the top of my eyebrows where the arch of my eyebrow is, and I'm just using a fluffy brush again, make sure that's all blended in. As you can see, that leaves a really nice lit from within glow. Okay, now we've got all the liquid products on the face. We're going with powder and set everything. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I think this is shade 2. Looks like that. And yeah, this is a really good powder. It's really finely milled. So just use this nice tapered powder brush, and you just set where you don't want your makeup to move and where you get oily. So let's go under my eyes. Look, can you tell the difference? Shiny, matte, shiny, matte. Yeah, it's really good. So I go under my eyes, and then I go around my nose, around my T-zone where I get oily throughout the day. So around my nose, around my mouth, I do get some kind of, I get a bit oily around my chin as well. So I just put this all around my face. And then I also put it up here on my forehead as well, just to get rid of that shine. So I'll leave like the cheekbones and the cheeks powder free to keep the glow coming through. Okay, now we're going back to this Charlotte Tilbury face palette again. I'm going to use this small smudger brush to go back in with that same bronzer shade, just go underneath my eyes. Now they've been set with the powder, I'm going to go underneath and just define my lower lash line. I'm going to get a really small brush, and I'm just going to pick up a bit of the highlight shade and put that on the inner corner of my eye, and that just really brightens your eye and gives you more wide awake look. Okay, now using this angled contour brush, I'm going to go back in with the bronzer shade and just go back over my cheekbones just to really define them, give you that chiseled look, and just to add to the summery bronzy glow that I'm going for. Okay, now I'm going in with the smaller highlighter brush, and I'm picking up the highlighter shade, and again going over the tops of my cheeks, my nose, above my eyebrow, cupid's bow, again just the high points of your face, just to add to that glowy look. Finally, I'm going to go with blush. So they have two. There's the normal blush shade, then there's a pop shade. So one's more of a shimmery, one's a slightly darker. So I just mix the two, and you kind of smile so your apples of your cheeks stick out, and you just blend it all together, stick a bit in your nose, whatever you want to do. Oh, just remembered, not done mascara. Oh my god. I'm gonna go with and curl my lashes. This is a NYX one. I find my lashes look much better when I use a curler. They go quite straight if I don't, so this gives a really nice curl. And then I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2 in black vinyl. This is a really nice mascara, and it makes them really light and wispy without being too clumpy. I really hate thick clumpy mascaras, but I really like this one. It really elongates my lashes without making them look like spider's legs. Looks really nice. Okay, now for lips, I'm going with this really tiny little Rimmel pencil I've had forever. Look at it. But yeah, I think it's in the shade Tiramisu. It's just really nice, slightly brown nudie shade. But yeah, I like to line my lips and then fill them in completely. I feel like it makes my lipstick or whatever I'm wearing that day just last a lot longer when I fill in the lips. Finally, I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury Collagen Lip Bath Gloss in the shade Peachy Plump. It does have a bit of a tingly feeling. It's supposed to plump up your lips, but it's nothing too extreme. It also has a nice minty taste. So, but yeah, it's quite sheer, but just with the lip liner underneath, it gives it a really nice look, like an orangey burnt nude. And then finally I went in with the NYX setting spray. This is the NYX Dewy finish, so it sets my makeup in place, but it keeps my skin looking quite dewy and glowy throughout the day. So here's the finished look, guys. This is in the everyday summer look for when it's a horrible rainy day like today. If you like this, please let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, share, all that malarkey, and I'll see you soon.